Hi, this is Mark, and I'm downtown. Just finished teaching a class on the 13th floor here for an office group of people that I teach twice a week. And I'm going to do my reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is for November 27th, getting real close to the end of this project. I started it on December 21st last year and committed to read the daily readings from the book and share about them just spontaneously in the moment. So the topic here is, am I not His beloved? As spiritual seekers, we don't need to be bound by our karma, bound by these planets, astrology, this and that. We should know I am seeking the help from the highest one. Day by day, I am coming closer and closer and closer to God. I completely trust in God. Nothing can happen to me. You may say, but things do happen to me. They happen because you don't have that kind of faith. If things happen, even with such faith, then say, yes, God is making it happen for my benefit. Maybe it has to be that way. I have to go through that. I have to be rubbed and scrubbed. If you have that kind of trust, everything is easy. If not, it's very difficult. That's why if there's one quality a seeker must have, it is unshakable faith. If you have faith, you don't need to worry about anything. You will be given the strength to accept everything. I believe in Him. I have given myself into His hands. Whatever happens, happens because He allows it to happen. And if it's for my good, and it's for my good. If it were not for my good, why would He allow it to happen? Is He not powerful? Am I not His beloved? That's what you call true devotion, true faith in God. Yeah, this is a great message. I feel like we can often feel alone, in things happening in the world, things happening to us that we feel are challenging us to the core. And I know, some of my friends, people that I know, that I don't know, myself, that there have been times when life has felt almost unmanageable, overwhelming. And then to be able to look back now and see how I got through those, and to see how friends have made it through things. And some of these friends that I've actually gotten closer to because of being with them through some of the most difficult things. These are little awakenings. That's what how I tend to look at them. So rather than seeing them as these continual defeats or this force of life that's pounding you down just to make you feel like life is against you, if the perspective would be that these are moments where I can awaken into understanding how full and big life can be, and that there is something to all of this. And it does seem to only happen through being able to look back. When you're in the middle of one of these things happening, it just is happening. You kind of go through it. But I like what Swami Satchidananda says here, that if you have that kind of trust, then everything is easy. You start to know inside of that moment that it's a teaching. That even though it feels overwhelming or even painful, if you're able to have faith, connect with something that's bigger than that situation, bigger than that moment to hold on to, it can kind of ride you through that. But what it takes is this continual connection with whatever that is for yourself, whatever that helps you build your faith. It's like a muscle. So if you're not exercising that muscle on a regular basis, then in those most challenging times when it's most difficult, it's going to be harder to access it. On the other hand, it could be in that most difficult moment that we do fall to our knees and we become able to open ourselves up to asking for help in a way we never could have. But I feel like rather than hoping that would happen in one of those moments, that I know that building a steady practice of strengthening myself to have faith that there is reason and purpose, then I know that each time I am met with a challenge or difficulty, it doesn't feel like it's happening for a negative reason. I know that there's some positive in there. In this cycle of working on building my business, it's definitely been very difficult at times. I've doubted it. I've thought this isn't going to happen. Seen my money in my bank account go down to zero, or just about, and just thinking like there's a message from the world that I'm not supposed to do this. But what I learned, then looking back now, the message was I needed to be more mindful and respectful of money. Needed to be more conscious of the flow of money coming in and going out. I had a Uber driver or Lyft driver share his philosophy on money, and it's forget where he was from exactly, but out another country, and he said in his country he has a saying: money goes, money comes. Money goes out, money comes in. And it's this sort of understanding of the flow of money, that their money has to be put out into the world, and when we put it out, then it's returned. And I like that there's just sort of this way of thinking that helps promote this sense of flow. Sometimes I think I have to have money coming in first, then money can go out. That's more how I was raised to think. You got to get money to come in, then money to go out. But in his philosophy, it's you got to put money out in order for money to come in. So it's just a different perspective, a different attitude that sometimes can help us in a moment and shift the way that we have a habit way of thinking. And maybe that can be the way we have a practice with faith. Maybe the way it's been working needs to shift. Try something different. See what it does for your experiences. Well, maybe it has to be that way. I have to go through that. I have to be rubbed and scrubbed. I mean, that perspective, rather than saying, no, the world's against me. Why is everything always going wrong? Sometimes we need to be rubbed and scrubbed. Like polishing that dull metal and then seeing that bright, shiny reflection. All right. Thank you. That's the share for today. Hope it was useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.